Hi guys, today I'm interviewing Sam Eggington. He's the IBO in welterweight champion, 32 wins, 7 defeats, and 18 big wins by knockout. Sam, how are you?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, rest day, so I'm just resting up.
That's good, mate. And my first question for you is what's been your hardest fight in your career so far?
I think it's hard to say, really, mate, because like you say, when you get to a certain point, they're all hard. You know what I mean? I think the one that falls into that category is probably the French kid that Jaquito. The one the fight of the the
What,
boxing
last
board.
year? Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one. When you say which one was your hardest fight, I think that one shoots someone straight away. Not to say that they all ain't hard, to be fair. But yeah, I think that one. I think you can point that one out.
Yeah, because it was a rather close fight, would you say?
I think I think the rounds were competitive, but I think I was winning the round, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, by no means was it one way traffic. It was a hard fight, and we was both going at it. But I think I was just edging the round. So
yeah.
as close as the rounds were, I thought I was winning them. So
So did I. I
yeah,
I had you up by 2 rounds.
yeah,
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 I thought you did very well in that fight.
yeah. It was a hard night, like I say. More than anything, I think not that I come on unprepared. I was prepared for the fight, but he shocked me a bit. I think he shocked me more than anything. Um, he had a bit more than I suppose I expected, which you can never go into a fight, expecting an easy night. But yeah, I think I overlooked him a bit.
Yeah, and you can't look at over, and you're not going to make that mistake again, are you?
Nah, nah, nah. I'd be very stupid if I did, pal.
Yeah. Well, I can't. I'm not sure. Well, you fought on the 25th of June, like headliner for your
Yeah,
title, right? And I'm not going to try and pronounce the guy's name because I'll be really gay, but let's go with Zisk, I think his name was.
yeah.
Yeah. I thought you cruised to victory in that fight.
I did. Yeah, I think if people do watch my fights, I think they probably did see that. I had a few rounds off through the middle, which I don't normally. Normally, I'm just I'll go forward from round one to round 12, and I'll give it everything. But with this one, I had a few rounds off. I didn't give the rounds away, but I had them off compared to usual. From about 5, 6, 7. Maybe 8. I was winning the round, I think, but
Yeah,
I just done enough to win the round, I think.
yeah.
Um, and a lot of that was my fault. I was fit and ready, but I just didn't have the energy on the night, and I know why, and I won't do that again either. But yeah, I think it was more than comfortable. And I think given, I mean, not that I wanted, but given another opportunity at that kid, and I think I'd have an early night,
You would stop him.
100%, 100%.
But when it went to decision, you definitely thought you
Oh
would.
yeah, oh yeah. I knew we'd done more than enough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. How many rounds out of the 12 would you have given yourself? I had you 9-3, maybe 10-2.
yeah. I think because I ain't watched it for a while, but I think if I remember rightly, I think you had it about right at about. I think he won about 3 rounds, maybe 2 rounds, and split a round. I think something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he didn't win many. Don't get me wrong, he come for it and he had a good go. I mean, like you meant to, but yeah, I don't think he won many.
So do you think that Dick 2 would be your last opponent?
Yeah, I think he'd do a good job on him as well. I think he'd do. Yeah, I think he'd do a good job on him. Um, yeah, I think he'd do probably a better job than I did last time. To be fair, but yeah, I think he would. I think he'd come out unscathed, and he'd do a really brutal job on him.
It was a good undercard when you fought that Zinsk, wasn't it?
No, well, I think I was main event on the night. I think on the posters, um, and on the posters and all the media, you know, the Sky guys got a lot of the the media and the attention. Um, and I think I was meant to be on the undercard for a while, up until the last week or so, the last 2 weeks, and they
Who's going to be
swapped it.
main event then?
I think it was Azim. Um, I think it was Azim,
Uh,
but uh, but yeah. So
in your
I don't know.
changing, what time did you get to your changing room when you were main event against Zesk?
Um, I couldn't tell you, pal. I think I get to the venue about what time was I on? I think I get to the venue about half six, seven, maybe
And then
half six.
do you warm up in the changing room?
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I turn up, have my last bite to eat, and at the hotel maybe, and then I'll head to the changing rooms, and we'll start warming up at give it an hour before, get my hands wrapped. About an hour before we'll start warming into things, and then as the fights start whittering down, stuff like that, it'll get a bit more intense, and by the time the fight's there, we're warm and ready to go.
Yeah. And then last year you also fought Carlos Molina.
Yeah,
Yeah, well you beat him over 12 rounds again. That was at the Skydrome in Coventry.
yeah.
Wait, are you now signed to Boxer?
No, I'm trying to Hennessy promotion.
Oh, so it was oh yeah, because you're not your last fight, but the one before your last fight was with Hennessy, yeah.
Yeah, the only one that's been on the boxer shows was the last one. Yeah,
Yeah, but you fought like Ted Cheeseman on match three.
that was before Simon Hennessy. That was the last spot. That was my last fight with Matchroom before we moved over to Hennessy.
Yeah, should we talk about the Cheeseman fight? Was it weird, like fighting in Eddie's back garden?
I mean, it wasn't. It was. I mean, the ring walk was weird. Watching other fights was weird. But once you're in there and you're fighting, it's sort of. I know it's a cliche, but it's a bit of tunnel vision. You don't really notice anyone. There could be thousands of people. There could be no one. Once you're having a fight, you kind of just, you have the blinkers on, and you only got eyes for one person, and yeah, you don't really notice it, if I'm honest.
Oh,
Um, so yeah, I mean, it was weird. The ring walk was weird. They've got the music on, and um, the fireworks going off, but there's no one there, so it's a bit odd. But other than that, like I say, I fought anyway as long as I get paid, pal.
were you a bit upset when you lost to Cheeseman?
Yeah, do you know what? I say this to everyone, I'm not bitter. If I have a bad night and I lose, I'm quite happy to say I had a bad night. I lost to it. It is what it is. It's happened before. More than likely it'll happen again. But I generally think the night where I fought Cheeseman, I thought I beat him. I thought the scorecards were unbelievable. I thought the commentary was unbelievable. Um, and I generally think that the commentary had a lot to do with the scorecards because it was the first week there. Um, and the commentary was right next to the ring where the judges were right next to. So everything the commentary was saying, the judges, you know, psychology just tells you that you kind of sort of agree. Um, and I think it all had a lot to do with that because the week after my fight, the commentary was nowhere near the ring anymore. It was in a box, somewhere far away from the ring, and the judges couldn't hear what the commentary was saying.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know. It's a lot of things, but again, nothing to do with Ted. He come, he done what he had to do, and he got the decision. So
Would you ever like rematch Ted? Um,
I wouldn't see a point in it now, pal. If I'm honest, yeah, I wouldn't see a point in it anymore.
what is it? Because he
I
lost
think,
his last fight.
I think we had a big fight set up for a second one. I got out of the ring straight away, and Eddie Hearn said to me, "We'll do that again." And I said, "Yeah, we'll do that again, 100%. Give me a shout whenever I'm there." And then all of a sudden, then, I didn't hear anything. Um, really, the rematch was big. The rematch would have been huge. The way the fight went, the way the people was going mad about the fight. The rematch was big at the time, but it's not anymore. You know, I'm pretty sure Ted retired. Is he not retired?
Is he not?
Um,
I don't
and
know.
if he, I think he retired. If he's not retired, he ain't fought for a while. So I don't know. I don't think it's a fight that would have any benefit for me, if I'm honest.
Oh, that's fair enough. What I know, let's talk about two of the journeymen you fought, like Lewis Van Pucci and Jordan Graham. They were good,
Yeah,
like because we'll get to the Liam Smith fight in a minute. But after
yeah,
that, like when you were coming off a defeat, was it good to get those rounds in under your belt?
yeah. I think I'm that sort of boxer. I like to stay active. Like you say, you look through my record, you'll see me fight someone like Liam Smith, do a 12 rounder. Um, but I also just like to be active. I don't mind doing a 4 round or a 6 round at the bottom of the card, as long as I have a reason to be in the gym. Um, and I'm fighting for something. Do you know what I mean? It gives me something to train for and to focus on. I like to have an end goal. So whether that's a 4 rounder or a 10 rounder, I like to have an end goal and something to aim towards, and that's why I'm so active because it's not that people are saying, "Oh, we should fight here, we should fight there." It's because I'm asking. I want to be fighting. I want to be active. I want to be in the gym. Um, but again, I need a reason to be in the gym. So the 4 rounders, the 6 rounders, is just a little thing where it says, "Look, we're training for something." As little as it might be at the time, it's still an end goal.
Yeah. Like, what gym do you train out of? Can you remind me?
East side,
Oh, that's a good little stable as well. There's
yeah,
yourself, and then you've got Tion Gibbs, Corey.
that's it. Yeah,
I'm sh-
yes, can.
didn't Musa get a big win on
Yeah, he did. Yeah, yeah, he beat
Costa?
Costa. That's it. Yeah, Diego Costa beat him. Um, yeah, and no one thought that. We knew
I knew
that.
that as well.
Yeah, because he's a tricky customer, Musa. Very fast on his feet, quick hands. Um, knows his way around the ring more than his record. Gives. He only had 5 fights, but yeah, he's good kid. Like I say, when they got on the scales as well, I know a lot of people looked down at Musa and thought, "Oh, this kid's come for a payday." Um, but like you say, we all knew that given the opportunity, he took it with both hands.
Yeah, and he got the win on the big stage, which was good for him. He got his name out there.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And he took that day. He took that fight at 4 days' notice.
Yeah, and he beat many people. I think that Costa had what 5 knockouts or something. Many people didn't want to fight that guy.
Yeah, I think he was 8-0 with 5 big knockouts. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this whole business is about taking your opportunity as they come, um, and that's what Musa did.
Yeah. What got you into boxing?
Early on, obviously, me and my brothers we all done the amateur stuff, and then I quit and I had a child, um, at 17, and then I got made redundant from my job, and I turned over to be a journeyman to earn some money, and it
What
was
year
just
was that you went to
uh,
like to be a journeyman?
must have been 2012, maybe
So why did
2012,
you why did you want to be a journeyman? Just to make money?
just to make money, yeah, to pay
What
them
did you
bills.
not think that you could have done anything with your career
Not
at
not
that time?
really. I mean, I never had any ambitions to be a professional boxer. I mean, the amateur stuff was just something that I did that no one else did. In my friend group, I suppose. I was just the amateur boxer of the group. Some people played football, some people done this. I was just before I turned professional, I'd quit amateur boxing for about a year before I even thought about being a professional. So,
Yeah.
and I kind of only fell into that. So it's just snowboard. It's luck of the draw, mate. I ended up at a good gym with what I think are good people. I'm still with them now, so
Yeah. Let's talk about the Liam Smith fight with the stoppage. Do you think you were winning the fight before you got stopped?
I wouldn't say because again, I don't. It's not a fight I've watched back often, pal. I wouldn't say it was one sided. Again, I ain't watched it. I wouldn't say it was one sided. I think I did win a few rounds. Um, but again, I think a lot of things would have had to fall into place that night for me to beat Liam Smith.
Yeah,
Um, he's no joke. I can't, and I know I'm giving him loads of credit because he beat me, and so I'm bound to say that. But this kid, honestly, Liam Smith, he's so clever. With what he does, and nothing he does in the ring is by accident. Everything he throws is for a reason. If he's on the ropes, it's for a reason. If he's trying to put you on the ropes, it's for a reason. He really knows his way around the ring. So I wouldn't say I was badly losing the fight at all. But I think a lot of things would have had to fall in my favour for me to win that fight.
yeah.
But again,
You were you hurt when he stopped you at all? Were you?
nah, I wouldn't say I was hurt, but the eye was huge. And again, I think I knew, and a lot of other people knew that a lot of things would have fallen in my favour to win that fight. On a good night. So the fact that because my eyes, I mean, I swell up quite a bit, but my eyes have never swollen up like that. So for me to win that fight after 4 or 5 rounds with an eye like that, would have been something special. So I think
Yeah,
a lot of people knew, it probably weren't worth the hassle. Like I say, I could have put a really good performance in, and we could have went a hard 12 rounds.
yeah.
But
What
with an
about
eye like,
what about
mine,
that Hassan Mignour?
yeah, yeah,
What about that fight?
it's caught me off guard, pal. I could tell you a lot of things about that fight, about that camp and why and the reasons, but the fact is, Paddy, come over, he done his job, and he went home happy,
Yeah,
and that's as simple as I can put it. I could tell you this and tell you that because a few things happened that maybe I shouldn't have boxed that night at all. But again, we've got
you
mouths to
didn't want to
feed.
let the fans down.
Yeah, I sold a lot of tickets for that fight. And again, like I say, we'll have to pay some bills, pal. So
Yeah,
can't pull out these fights.
yeah,
But it is what it is. We moved on and we've done well since.
yeah. What about that Paulie Maganagi fight?
Yeah,
That was a
good
good
fight.
fight.
It was a good fight. Yeah, I mean, he's a legend in the game and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think I was a bit struck first few rounds. I think I laid off a bit and I gave him too much respect. And then after I just got into my groove, I kind of just went at him and done what I had to do. And then I caught him with a nice body shot and he went down.
Yeah, and he didn't want any more, did he?
Nah, good guy though, Paulie. Still talk to him now. Talk to my coach. We send him. I tell everyone. We send him sparring videos. We send him videos of my opponents, and he'll tell me what to work on, when to work on it, how to do it. So yeah, good guy to have in your corner.
Yeah, and that's a good win to have on your record. One of your biggest wins, probably.
Yeah, 100%. Not only one of my biggest wins, but it's probably the biggest stage I've boxed. He's on the undercard of
Voted.
yeah pay per view. So yeah, it was a big win, big night. Yeah.
Yeah. What about when you well you lost your British and Commonwealth title to Bradley Skeet?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have you watched that fight back or not? Like just yet?
Yeah, no, yeah, I've watched it, and again, just a clever boxer type, and was it was close. was a close fight, but you couldn't have argued either way. I mean, he done what he had to do. He stayed at a nice range. And he done what he had to do. Yeah, I mean, he come to my hometown, on my show, and he had a good night. So again, there's not much I can say about it, really.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about your first loss to Dale Evans in I think it was
Yeah,
the prize fighter tournament.
yeah,
Yeah, well, I think you were going into it 3-0.
yeah,
Yeah. Because,
yeah.
yeah.
It was a good night. First time with the cameras in your face and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's just because what it was, I was only a standby. I was a standby up until the week of the fight, and someone
What do
pulled
you mean
out.
by standby?
So like in prize fighter, there was two standbys. So if you fought me and you knocked me out, but you broke your hand, a standby would come in and be you practically. Do you know what I mean? So if
Oh,
you
so they get
even
your
if
chance because you're injured.
yeah, so even if you beat me, but you broke a wrist or something,
Then someone
you
else
know
will
that
step
they'd
in.
have someone else ready to jump in. Yeah. So I
Oh,
was a standby up until the week of the fight, and then someone pulled out and they said,
necessarily.
"Look,
You didn't expect to fight.
nah, really, nah, really." But again, it was an opportunity that you couldn't say no to at that stage of my career.
Well, you got revenge on him anyway when you retained your Commonwealth and British
I
titles,
did, yeah,
which was,
yeah,
I'm sure it was good to get your revenge, like off the defeat.
yeah. No, it's a good fight. Like I say, heavy knockdown, but I got up and come back and got the win. So yeah, it's a good night. Good night. Good guys are Dale. Still chat to him every time I see him.
Is he still boxing?
Nah, I don't think so. I think he retired a good while ago.
Ah, and my last question is: do you have any advice for someone who wants to be like a pro boxer?
I think it's hard because you get a lot of cliches and they all mean something. You get a lot of one-liners, but I think hard work. That thing when they say hard work beats skills when skills don't work hard. I think a lot of things a lot of things can be beaten by just being a hard worker. Um, there's a lot of people that I've beat or other people have beat that have been really skillful, but they just don't work as hard as you. And I think it goes for anything. That's boxing. I don't know, football. Work, business, whatever. If you're working the hardest, you've got the best chance. So just work hard and try and enjoy it as much as possible.
Yeah. And do you want to shout out like anyone who's helped you in your career so far?
Just any fans, that buy tickets, the good luck messages, the well done messages, they all mean something. And I read them all. I do read them all. I don't get back to every one of them, but I do read them all and I appreciate them massively.
Yeah. Thank you, mate. I've really enjoyed your time and thank you.
Appreciate you giving me a ring, mate. Anytime, give me a shout next time after the next fight, and we'll do another.
Yeah, mate. After
All right.
another one of your big wins. Bye.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
Okay. Bye, mate.
Cheers,
Thank
pal.
you.
Ta.